Hey, slashers and scream queens, and welcome back to the Horror Daddy Show,
a podcast where we talk about horror movies.
And the daddies in them.
And I'm your host, your film daddy, John.
And I'm your horror daddy, Carlos.
And do you hear that? Who's joining us today?
Guys, we have special guests today.
It is the Scared Gay.
Paul and Pablo.
Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Thanks for having us. We're so excited.
We're so stoked to be here. Thank you for having us, you two.
Of course.
We're watching one fucked up movie.
Yep.
So very excited to see what the episode holds for us. Mm-hmm. And guys, anyone that's watching, listening, go check them out. They're hilarious. They're very entertaining podcasts, very educational as well.
And very daddies.
And very daddies. I mean,
we are daddies.
You can tell. You can just tell.
I've outgrown my twink days.
Sorry, hold on. Very daddies.
So Pablo, don't bring up the fact that we're older.
We are.
We're going to have everything linked in the description, if anything. So you guys want to go and check them out. We're also going to have an episode with them. So that's going to be very
I can't wait for that one.
That episode is so good.
Right.
Oh my God. I'm super stoked. What a fun ride.
Oh, that's great to hear. I can't wait to listen to it.
It comes out Wednesday.
Ooh.
Yeah. Perfect. So even though we recorded ours first, I'm just a very slow editor.
No, I gotcha.
It's okay.
I gotcha.
Yeah, so whenever you guys listen to this, Monday, today, whatever, it'll be out in 2 days from there. There you go.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Carlos, what movie are we going to watch today?
So today we watched Inside from 2007, a French film. No longer on Shudder as of yesterday.
Sad. Very sad.
Okay, for real.
Really?
So, yeah, I had to watch it this morning because I was super busy yesterday and I couldn't find it on Shudder. But I searched for it on Shudder, didn't find it. I searched for it on my Apple TV, just search, and it popped up on Shudder and it played immediately.
Huh?
What the fuck?
Weird. Even because I was with Chris and he was like, "What the hell?" But wow, so interesting.
I watched it on Amazon Prime, but I have the Shudder channel. I don't have an official Shudder account.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know if it really makes a difference, but I watched it there. Thank God yesterday, day before.
We bought it on Prime, so we own it.
Yeah, we were like, just fuck it, because I know we're gonna watch it multiple times. Because I'm gonna be honest,
I watched it 4 times.
When we had the meeting, I was like, Carlos, what did we get ourselves into? Because the trailer in Amazon does not do any justice.
No.
It feels boring. And then when we watched it, we both were like, holy shit, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
New French Extremity is it's I would say my favorite horror genre because it is a ride.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And this was peak new French horror extremity, or whatever it's called. It was in parallel with the torture porn craze.
But I do find I do find New French Extremity to be a lot smarter, way more stylistic, and I think the torture porn genre has a tendency just to put in just the torture, but there's a context in which this lives. There's there's a lot of suffering, a lot of what exactly is going on here. There's a really rich storyline that makes it even way more uncomfortable, and I love that.
Yeah, and that's one thing about this movie is that I feel like it could have just been straight up just someone trying to kill another person, but there is depth to it. There's different levels to it. Even the antagonist to the movie has some sort of background to make you empathize with that person.
Oh yeah,
it's way more than just a slasher movie or even just gore porn at that point.
Yeah. And the gore, what's interesting about it is it's not, I don't want to say it's not realistic, but it's so over the top and they're great practical effects, and
wonderful.
But there is a little bit of, I don't want to say camp, but kind of it's fake but also looks real. Is what I'm saying making sense? Because I don't
yes it is.
It is. I was like, camp. You're calling this movie camp? I'm calling it extreme.
It is. At some points, I'm like, yeah, she would be dead. She's done for.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but
outrageous. Outrageous is the way that I kind of
that's very true.
describe it.
Outrageous is a good word.
So what was your first time watching it? Like, what was your first experience like?
Yeah, why you picked it? Why did you pick this movie?
So I love everything very extreme. Like, I like extreme horror. I love new French extremity. It's one of my all-time favorites. And I love French films. They're very cerebral. They take their like art form really seriously. So then when they came out with new French extremity and they came out with horror, they were like, let's make this very artsy because it is rooted in art house, which I think is cool. But let's take the violence and the gore and everything, the sexual violence, beyond anything anyone's ever seen. And I find that stuff really cool. So I'm a big fan of Irreversible, Trouble Every Day. This is one of the only ones that I hadn't seen, only because for some reason I just couldn't find it. And once I saw it was on Shudder, I was like, I'm doing it. Like, we have to do this. And I also... I'm marrying Chris and I love him, but I do love putting him through a lot. So I was like, you're watching this with me. And so I was like, let's do this. And, Mother's Day is next week, so what a perfect time.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Right?
How about you, Paul?
I watched it in French class in high school.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
I was like, what?
Wait, I was like, wait a second. That doesn't make sense.
I don't know when it, I think this movie actually I graduated high school in 2007, which I think, so it had just come out, but regardless. I did take French in high school. I still remember some of it. I have a Duolingo account.
I took the easy road. I just took Spanish.
I took French.
We're in California. Like, I probably should have taken, but like, no, gay. I was like 4 guys in the class, like, and a couple of them were straight, but then it was mostly women. I remember like my freshman year, the French teacher, she was like, and the boys that are taking this class, they're smart because there's a lot more, or the boys that are taking this class, it's smart because there's a lot more girls in this class. And it's like, well, maybe not. But anyway, no, actually the first time I watched this was the other day. I like foreign horror. Mostly like Korean, Japanese. Like, I love that style. I've only watched a little bit here and there of European. I love this though. I was surprised. When Pablo suggested, I was like, this is gonna be like a really cerebral film. But then I started to watch it and I was like, no, this is completely a Pablo film. This is gore. It's good, but it's well done. It's not super tasteless. It's artsy enough and it's smart enough, but also just ridiculous. So
yeah, there's definitely a lot of beauty in the film. In watching it, just it's stylized really well. The sound design is amazing, and I think that's why I really like this genre of film, because they pay so much attention to how they'll tell the story before they essentially violate you with the imagery.
Yeah,
they do.
and what I liked about it is it kept me off of Instagram while I was watching a movie, because it's only subtitled. So I have it. I mean, I usually always have subtitles on anyway, but like even in English. But I was like, you don't know French that well, Paul. So like, be able to like be. I don't know if you guys do this, but like when I watch movies, like pretty much any movie, even like just at home, I will pull up IMDb and I start reading through the trivia. That's just kind of like the kind of nerd that I am, but I will like do that, but I can't really. It forces me to pay attention.
My fiance does that when we're watching a movie. He'll start throwing facts at me
during the movie.
During the movie.
I avoid the spoilers, but just some stuff I get very curious.
Yeah.
What about you?
So
you all like?
I like pretty much like foreign films in general, but I started watching a lot of the Korean ones. It was like I can't remember. I'm gonna butcher the name. Actually, I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna say it was like a haunted, like found footage movie. It's like
the Haunted Asylum.
The Asylum.
Yes.
Gokram or it starts with a G.
Yeah.
That
Very good.
Yeah, that's good.
That one was one of the first movies that freaked me the fuck. We were gonna do an episode, but it just didn't work out for us.
I fell asleep.
Yeah, because it is a very slow movie, but it freaked me the fuck out. And Audition was one that I wanted to watch for the longest time, and I finally did. I loved it. And
loved it.
I never thought of French film until one of our friends, Callie, which she's been on the show before, she mentioned Dog Bites Man, I think it's called.
Man Bites Dog.
Yes.
I love that film.
It is a fantastic film. I loved it, and I was more intrigued. It's just as soon as we saw that Amazon trailer, I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna have to watch it like 5 million times because just to understand. I thought the movie was gonna be like this super psychological mind fuck, but it was like a little bit more straightforward, but still like a deep story. So and rich in story.
Funny thing about Man Bites Dog, all of those, the people who created it, they're comedians. Everything they did before that was comedy.
That's awesome.
They're from Belgium, and so it's like all Belgian comedians. And they were like, well, let's make this film, and they decided to make literally like a mockumentary / found footage style film. Paul, if you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. It's intense, but it's great.
Really good. It's it's worth it. I think it's on Shudder. I think that's how I saw it.
Yeah, I think it is.
Maybe it's also part of the Criterion collection. So if you have like any, I know Criterion has a streaming channel, so you can look it up there too.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What has driven me to a lot of foreign films though is like I've seen the American version first, so like Funny Games, Tale of Two Sisters, what else is there?
The Grudge.
High Tension doesn't have a that
High
one,
Tension doesn't.
But High Tension's French. That's kind of in the same.
It's the same. High Tension is probably the most widely known film in this genre of the new French extremity. It's the one that people. I think it was one of the only ones that got a theatrical release in the United States. Yes. So it's the one that everyone knows. It's great. I love it. Like it really represents it very well. But like. Yeah, like I don't know if you've seen like it's making this genre's making a comeback. So now like Fresh. Oh, sorry, not Fresh. Raw, and that movie where the girl gets pregnant from a car.
What?
Whoa. All right, that's next week's episode, guys.
It's a wild film. It's
She gets pregnant from a car. So this is Christine too. Also. Do you guys remember that show, My Strange Addiction? There was a guy who was in love with his car.
Oh, yeah.
Like, fucked his car, like, fucked the tailpipe and everything.
Yeah.
Like, lay under it.
He would lay under it and kiss it, like, oh, it was so weird.
The movie's called, like, Titan, but with an E. Titan.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I've heard of this.
Yes,
Yeah,
James
This,
from the
it is
podcast,
really good. It's beautiful. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Fucking crazy film. But yeah, she gets pregnant by a car.
Well, it's funny you mentioned High Tension. So on my birthday, I went to visit my mom. And I was looking at her DVD rack, and that movie was there. And I looked at it, and she's like, "You need to go watch this. You can borrow it, take it with you." So I have it here. I just haven't seen it yet. The High Tension.
It's good.
Your mom sounds amazing because on the episode you talk about how you were like a child watching scary movie, and she did eventually be like, "Oh, you shouldn't watch this." Like 5 minutes before the credits.
Yeah,
is what I remember. But it's so like that sounds amazing.
Yeah,
she's like, "You need to watch it."
Yeah, crazy. Like the moment Doofy starts walking correctly, she's like, maybe don't watch this. That's so good. She sounds awesome. Let's party with her.
Oh, she will.
That's cool.
But with foreign films, I think my first official that was in like an American version of it was Train to Busan. Yeah. And I fell in love with Train to Busan. So there's what I have a few on my list. This is probably like the 5th foreign film I've seen. I don't watch them a lot. I should now though because they're different.
Yeah.
But I have Rec on my list, and I haven't seen Rec either because I've seen Quarantine, and I heard that Rec is better than Quarantine.
Oh, so. Rec is way better. So one of the things that I would say when it comes to foreign films is they exist in in their own cultural setting, so it kind of makes sense. So when you see a remake, it loses a lot of the meaning behind it because there's like meaning kind of that has been like weaved into the storyline. I am a big fan of Asian horror. It has its own like fucked upness. Like any Takashi Miyake movie is just wonderful. But I will say, and I will always recommend to people, like look up, especially Spanish horror. They tell some of the best ghost stories. Oh my God. And then any type of horror in this genre, like French extremity, like it is like highly, listeners, like seriously go check this stuff out. It is Irreversible is one of the hardest films I have ever watched. And It's told backwards. It is so that they literally go to a sex club where guys are getting fisted. Sorry, YouTube. Guys are getting fisted, and he beats some dude's face until all the teeth come out for like 2 minutes straight, and that you see it uncensored. Like it's crazy, and the assault scene is a one-shot 9-minute scene. It is the most violent thing you'll ever see. I will say, like, even most people that I know who love horror like find it a little too tough to watch, like the French Extremity, because it's you know, like, art is supposed to make you feel something, right? It's supposed to like bring out an emotion. The emotion that this genre is trying to bring out is repulsion, discomfort, and like every negative thing that you could think of. And I love it. I live for it. I'm like, yay, give me more. So
don't mind me. I'm texting Chris right now to be like, get out of the house.
Shut up.
I will say this movie did make me uncomfortable, and I usually do not get uncomfortable with anything. Maybe Saw, but I also have a friend right now that's pregnant. So like I was just like, oh no,
bitch, lock your doors.
Anything
that's
with
what I'm saying, lock your doors.
Yeah,
for real.
And anything with belly button, which they do here, I cannot deal. This movie, I was like, oh god, what am I watching?
This baby is fucking like indestructible.
Yes.
Oh
Survives
yeah.
a car crash, just like survives obviously the entire fucking movie.
The
And
stress.
yeah.
But let's jump into it. Any other thoughts before we go right in? No? Cool. Awesome. So this did have 2 directors and 2 writers, Alexander Bustillo and Julian Maury, which apparently they also directed Leatherface from 2017.
Wait, I'm sorry. I have to admit that like we mentioned the French names way better than any other movie we've ever covered.
You know why? Because I actually typed it, not wrote it. And then it did have a budget of $2.4 million, but it only grossed $792,000. But that's only because it had a limited release.
Yeah.
So it was in certain countries for a limited time. So I'm pretty sure this movie made its money back because it's
Is that dollars? Is that dollars or euros?
Oh, sorry, I meant to say euros. Yeah,
I was just curious.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
that it meant something.
No, I should have wrote that down, but I'm just used to saying dollars. My bad.
So euros.
Yeah.
There we go.
And it's starring Alison Paredes as Sarah and Beatrice Dell as La Femme, the woman.
La Femme.
Patrice she's made a lot of films in this genre. She is
A mess.
Scream queen. That actress is amazing.
But she is a mess. Like, I am not kidding. So she's been arrested multiple times.
Yes, I heard about that.
She has had a fucking life.
Honestly,
and I respect a woman with like a tiny gap in her teeth. Like, it's like Madonna. One of my sisters, she's beautiful, and she's like,
I love it.
Has
Character.
her little,
Mine too. My sister has a gap too, and yeah.
We stand a gap.
We stand, and she just has a unique face.
Yes,
like I kept trying. I had to pause it to just look at her. Like when someone has a unique face and you just want to stare, but you also don't want to look like you're staring at them weirdly. Thank God, it's a movie. I can do it.
Yeah.
But she just has this unique face to her, and I'm like, huh.
Honestly, I can fix her.
Wikipedia did her dirty though. Wikipedia did her dirty because if you look at that picture on her, you're like, oof.
Oh, really?
There's a term in French.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, there's a term in French called jolie laide, which is ugly beautiful, and it's like it describes women, and it's like they're beautiful, though their features aren't necessarily what we would consider attractive features.
Yeah.
Somehow the whole package and the way they carry themselves is very attractive, and this woman has that, and she also has this very sinister look to her just in general. So she's great for like a psychotic baby stealer.
So that's a great way to describe Pete Davidson.
Yeah,
for sure.
looking like Beetlejuice.
Stop it.
I mean, he looks like Beetlejuice.
But he got that big dick energy.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's the
yes.
confidence.
I mean, no, he's super like I find him very attractive. All these men that everyone is like talking about, I'm like they're attractive. They're just not like buff. Like
Yeah.
that's it. Like, you know. But yeah, she definitely has a lot of personality in her look, which I think was the best casting in that sense.
Yeah, for sure. She looks like the head witch of a coven
Yeah, I can see that.
in that black dress. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
She
there's
does.
a scene specifically when she smokes in the house that she just looks fucking evil, and I love it because she's not doing anything. It's like from everything that she's doing, she pauses, takes a smoke break, and just looks. Hold on.
She's not doing anything.
What? I will say I was looking at the Letterboxd reviews, and one of them was like, oh, I'm sorry, not the Letterboxd reviews. It was the facts of this movie, and it was like, she smokes in the house because you're not supposed to smoke around kids, saying that she's not fit to be mother. I'm like, the whole movie is saying that she's not fit to be a mother.
Like, she's a psychopath. And this is why she's not fit to be a mother.
But that's a very like American sense of us. We're like, ugh, smoking, and everything. And then in Europe, they're kind of like, whatever. We're smoking when we're like 9 years old.
Exactly.
Not that I condone that.
I do cancel her at one scene. I was like, no, I'm canceling you.
I know exactly.
Woman.
Well, no, I mean,
when she breaks into the house.
No,
like,
when she kills the
cat.
When she kills the cat, she pushed it.
I grabbed my cat and I like hugged it very tightly.
And the cat was like, hell no, back up. I saw what happened.
well, no. First off, I was like, one, why the fuck is this cat coming up to this woman? Like, are you fucking for real? Like, I know cats well enough. If someone broke into my house, beat the fuck out of a bunch of people, killed them, caused a lot of noise, that cat ain't going anywhere. That cat's like, I need my space. Like,
way too comfortable.
Peace. Yeah.
Not my cat. He's like, I won't leash train him because first of all, I think that's weird. But second of all, he's very susceptible to getting kidnapped because he's very sweet and very cuddly. He's very attached to me, but also just, I could totally see him being like, oh, it's kind of like his dad. Just like, here, my attention. I'm going this way too.
I'm like you. I hate when they kill animals in films, but I felt like that it was very effective because it's like, oh, she's actually like, like it's the only thing that's being kind to her, and so she's so like not short-sighted. She's so narrow-minded and like, and not narrow-minded, but like narrow-sighted or whatever. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, this thing out of my way. Everything out of my way. Out of my way. Out of my way.
I just want the baby.
She has one goal.
One goal. Like, get rid of it. She is cold-blooded.
Yeah.
My God, I love her.
I do love her.
Okay, so the movie starts with a CGI baby, and I was like,
it's very 2007.
well, it gave me Seed of Chucky vibes.
Yes.
But actually, so that's what these like 3D, I have fuck ton of nephews and nieces. And so like I've seen one of my sisters when she was pregnant with her twins, she had this 3D sonogram done. And that was it. Literally, that was in 2006. So that's the same time. That's what these 3D sonograms look like. I don't know if that was necessarily. There are parts where it's totally CGI, but in the very beginning, that's what I looked at it as, of like it's replicating 3D sonograms.
Okay, that's interesting.
And I could see that happening.
Yeah, that's actually really interesting. I never thought of it like that. Wow.
Yeah, I do like that the movie sets up with like, oh, look at this baby, and it's saying like
Glenn looking baby.
and it's like, oh, it's inside me, and I'm so happy. Nothing's gonna happen to it. Boom, dead. You're already set up. You already know what's gonna happen in this movie.
Yeah.
But are we looking at Sarah's baby or the woman's baby? It's the woman's baby. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we pan out and there's a deadly crash. We see that our protagonist Sarah has survived. Her husband did not survive. We don't see the other person, so we don't know what's happening. But this shot here, I like it because we see Sarah from her husband's point of view, kind of, and there's a glass pointing right at her. And I thought it's alluding to her fate.
Yes.
Which I loved it. I love that glass.
Yeah.
And then we get these credits that are super bloody, and we get the title card, and the credits reminded me of the end at the staircase.
Yeah.
Very much, very waterfall.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
There's a lot. A lot of body horror in that sense.
Yeah.
It's like just the organs and everything.
We cut to 4 months later. It's Christmas Eve. Sarah's at a ultrasound.
I want to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shocker.
Thank you. First of all, we saw Sarah's belly. That was a huge fucking belly in the car. It was the same size 4 months later.
Thank you.
I was like, excuse me? Like, what the fuck happened here?
So is that how French babies are born?
I think, yeah.
She Benjamin Buttoned this baby, and at 5 months, it like fucking says, all right, I'm going to pause growing. Come on. Also, I've been to France. It snows in the fucking winter.
Oh, that's...
Why the fuck are all the trees and grass green as fuck?
Well, I think they filmed it at the same time as a Jack the Killer Clown, just because they filmed it during summer, and it's supposed to be snowing throughout the movie.
Oh, you're talking about Frosty.
Or Frosty, yeah. Frosty.
Yes.
Wait,
Yeah.
or Jack? Are you talking about
Jack Frost. Yeah, Jack Frost.
I heard about that.
A lot of movies do that because it has to do with like budget. And everything. They have to do fake snow. But
Listen, I'm not from France, so to me, I was like, okay, it's winter, because winter in Florida is the same way. There's no snow.
Let me tell you about France. There's a place in France where the naked ladies dance. There's a hole in the wall where the men can see it all. You guys remember that? No? Yeah? No,
Kesha.
Kesha's song.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God, yes, that's true.
I love Kesha and like that, especially that era Kesha.
Yes.
Yeah.
2007 era Kesha.
It takes me back to middle school.
She needs to come back and
She
just
does.
have the same energy.
Yeah.
Well, I like her new stuff, and she's living her own. But she was always like, she stayed out of the tabloids. The whole thing was like an act, because she's actually a super talented musician, but she was just she knew how to put on that persona, and it was like, and she was good at it too.
Her persona is drunk white girl at a gay bar.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Right?
And that was the energy I was giving off in that same era. When I was like, she became big like my senior year of college, and which also makes me feel fucking older. You're like, oh, I was in middle school.
Sorry.
I was in grad school.
You were in a nursing home. I'm just kidding.
Practically.
I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. So yeah, it is Christmas Eve. She still has her scars on her face.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good touch.
And the doctor does tell her here, do you have anyone picking you up? Because I guess she's giving birth on Christmas. It's Jesus. And
Jesus.
And he tells her, enjoy your last night of peace. Which I was like, when he said that, I was like,
I think he jinxed it.
Yes. It's all, you know what? It's all the doctor's fault. Fuck that doctor.
Fuck the doctor.
I know.
no, you know who? Fuck the nurse. Because in the next scene, there's this nurse that sits next to her and starts fucking with her. And I'm like,
And smoking.
yes. I was like, slap her.
Here's the thing. Like, Paul, you had said earlier, like, oh, in France they smoke. But I think, like, the nurse is smoking. She's obviously in the maternity ward. The other nurse tells her, you're not supposed to smoke inside this area.
Yep.
And so, like, I think that they're also setting up a lot of things. I do think that Sarah, we'll talk about it later. She gets called out on something, and I actually do agree with the woman in one aspect. But,
Oh, I think I know. I think I might know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but this nurse does not give a fuck about
No, she's
her.
like, it's
she's
your
just
first
fucking
baby.
with her the whole time.
And she tells her, my firstborn was born dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, oh my
bitch.
God.
Wow, bitch.
What a great nurse. Honestly, I'm gonna call HR and fill up a complaint. That's all I'm gonna do.
Thank you.
Sarah calls her a twat, which I was like, okay, good for you.
She does, right? Sarah
So
is. I know she's mourning and all that stuff. She's not the nicest person.
No, she is depressed.
Yeah,
like,
but
and
I
angry.
get
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her
But
man is dead.
Valid.
her dick is dead. Like, I get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I do understand that, and she's grieving. I think what this movie is trying to talk about is the terror that comes with going too far into grief and not responding, but rather reacting with it, because everything that happens to her, she completely self-isolates and creates an era an aura around her of leave me alone, don't touch me, which also, you know, I'll just say it, like later on, the woman says, you don't care about your baby. And she does not respond in ways that shows you that she cares about her baby, because she's really like, she's so in this like rabbit hole of despair that anyone that tries to connect with her, from the nurse to the doctor to her mom to her boss, she like flat out pushes them away, refuses, and stays in this bubble of despair. And I think her being pregnant isn't what gets her in trouble. It's her being like her not seeking help, her not getting like anything that she needs, because when you give birth and you have a child, it's no longer just about you, and she still can't do that, which is, you know, it's unfortunate for sure. I'm not blaming her, but I think this film is about that mental state, and they added the baby in to like make the stakes really high.
And I thought the film also gave me the kind of her not wanting the baby. Like, I think it's like she's thinking like, I've lost everything. She wanted to start this family with this man, with Matthew, and now she's by herself, and it's like, do I even want this baby? Do I even want to continue this life that
well, I mean, I can
planned?
imagine it's hard, you know, like it's the father of the baby is dead now, and so the baby just reminds her of that for sure.
Well, and her like or her coping mechanism is to just push everyone away. Like with her mom is a good mom and just like trying to be there for her, and she's like, fuck off, like leave me alone. And I think she's gone through trauma. Everyone handles trauma differently, so who knows what she was like before, but the way she is obviously dealing with this grief is to really just push everyone away.
No, for sure, that doesn't at the end, I mean, she's an adult woman with children, like the capacity for her to have been a good mother was out the door already. Like she would not have been a good mother to this child. Like if this is how like she's handling, no. I really don't think she would have, because it's a lot. Like this is a lot for her to go through, of course, but like she hasn't named the child, and it's like, you know, she's not taking preparations. She's not having someone pick her up from the hospital. She's not having someone, she's doing everything on her own, but she's choosing to do that. And then for her, the child is just like a reminder of something that kid did not have a chance from the beginning.
Poor child.
She's doing the bare minimum of what she needs to do.
Yeah,
exactly.
Very true.
But in the end, she does want her child to be saved and protected.
And I mean, it sort of does.
I mean, when someone's trying to take it from you, you're kind of like, wait a second.
I mean, she
No,
does.
I'm talking in the very last scene. I'm talking in the very, very last scene. She's like, take it.
And well, she in the very last scene, she becomes a child herself. She's literally begging for her mom, who she killed. You know, she's begging for her mom, and it's this weird thing. Like the woman kind of then becomes, you see that the woman is very nurturing. Yeah. She's like even nurturing towards her as she cuts her stomach open and nurtures this baby.
One of the things in movies that just like eats me to my like core and just like what breaks my heart is when you see like adults pull that where they're like, mommy, or like I want my mom, there's it's blanking on me right now, but there's a movie where I remember there's one part where this person's like I just want my mom, and it's an adult woman in Buffy, the episode where her mom dies and Buffy Vampire Slayer, and when she finds her mom's body and she just like she's like, mommy, like, and then it cuts. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, but because it's showing you this adult and has now become like pathetic. Like
exactly. It's losing like that sense of like you know, it's like a, oh my god, how do you call it? Like it's like that's the one thing you can rely on, and it's like it's now gone, and you just immediately revert back to being like a child, like that protected you.
We all have that little inner child in us that causes us to react. So we protect that child, and depending on how that little child is, that's how we respond to hardship, to trauma, to good things. And so that is what comes out. That child has been out the whole entire time. That is what we've seen. Her like, leave me alone. Everything is that little child. And then now when that child needs help, she's begging for it. And you're just, it's heartbreaking because it's so emotionally charged and intense. And you're seeing her so helpless and like pathetic, not lame pathetic, but like pathetic, where she has like no ability to do anything.
Yeah, she can't. This is her last hope.
And she
like
wants
that's
her
it.
mommy. Yeah,
But
I would.
But
I also do like that when her mom comes pick her up, it's not mom, it's Louise. And I was like, who is
She
Louise?
does-
Yeah.
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah, she refers. She's at a distance. She does not, and her mom seems really sweet. Her mom is
She
like,
does.
her mom really cares about her. you
And
know?
she's trying to invite her to dinner. She's trying to meet her boss and who's gonna pick you up tomorrow. And do you want to come to the house for Christmas? And she's just like, no. And if you think about it, if she would have just accepted this,
Anything.
she would have been probably okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think it's about her giving in to the
It's like self-isolation and just the grief.
yeah the feelings of it. But
Yeah. And then she goes to a park where she's photographing a couple with a baby. So she's kind of tearing-eyed over this. We meet her boss, Jean Pierre, who is a newspaper person.
Yeah, I think it's like he just is the boss. He's stressing me out. I was so like, girl, you stressing her out. Like, keep your business outside of here.
Yeah, there's riots going on, and those riots were a real thing back in 2005, I believe, in France. Yeah, so that's pretty much what it's like based around, and that's why she's scared to open the door later on because of the riots. But then he takes her home.
Oh, he also says in this scene, because she's kind of like, oh, I'm kind of regretting all of this, and then he says, you won't be saying that next year. I can guarantee you that.
Oh, she won't because she did.
She got jinx.
Yeah.
everyone's just setting her up to die.
Yeah. So she goes home. She's on the phone again with Louise. And then this whole time, I'm like, who is Louise? And I didn't get who Louise was till later when she's like, Mom? And I was like, oh, Louise is your mother.
Right?
Because I don't call my mom by her name. I never will. Never have.
I think
that's
she'll beat
weird.
your ass.
When I'm mad at my mom, I will sometimes. Like, there have been times I've been like, okay, lady. And, I take after my sister when we do that. But yeah, when I was a little kid, I don't know if your moms were like that. She'd be like, mom,
Oh, yeah.
Charlene. And she's like, fucking shut up. Like, what is it?
Oh, that's funny.
I love you.
Then we get this scene where she's in her photo room. She's a photographer. I don't know if I mentioned. And she's looking pictures of her husband. And this is when she kind of envisions him behind her and he's kissing her.
He's naked.
And he was skinnier than I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I was the only one. I was like, wow, he's really skinny.
Yeah, he's super skinny. I thought he was like a buff dude.
Yeah.
From the car, that's what I thought.
And then she like gets reminded of the car accident and it cuts away. Then she falls asleep knitting. This scene got me because I was like, what the fuck is happening? And it was a nightmare. She's throwing up like milk and then she gives birth through the mouth.
They quickly, just to touch on the knitting, like that's like those are like Chekhov's like knitting needles, like those, because they'll come into play so many times later, like throughout the entire movie. I think multiple people get killed by those damn knitting needles.
That's wild.
It's kind of interesting because like her dreams are her essentially like fearing this child, everything that has to do with the child. Milk, she's vomiting breast milk, she's rejecting breast milk, the baby's coming out of her mouth where it's not supposed to be, it's destroying her. But she's knitting. It's very, to me, when I think of like a mother nesting and trying to take care of her baby, I think knitting and creating little things for her. So it's like this, she's obviously she's very, the way I took it is she's very torn. She's like, I'm afraid of this child, but I also want to be a mom, you know, and then it's motherhood that kills everything, and the frantic, psychotic desire for motherhood is destroying the cops, everyone, the whole entire thing.
I wouldn't say the frantic desire of motherhood. I don't think everyone's frantic. I don't think everyone's frantic when they. I think there are some people.
The killer, her frantic desire for motherhood.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Sarah.
Yeah, for a second, like Sarah just really wants to be a mom.
Because she like essentially the only one killing with the needles is the woman. The woman. Yeah. So like it's kind of interesting, you know.
Yeah, I have a. I'll wait till I get there, but it's about her weapon of choice, what she starts with.
Scissors.
Mm-hmm. So she does get a stranger at the door, knocking on the door, which gave me very The Stranger vibes.
Yeah, The Stranger.
Which came out a year later. And
all you see is a silhouette.
Yeah.
Like you really can't tell any facial features.
Mm-hmm.
And she's kind of like, get what you want.
Well, she's like, can I use your phone? My car broke down. And Sarah's like, no, my husband's asleep. Don't worry about it.
Do I look like I give a fuck? Because I don't.
And then the stranger's like, well, your husband is dead. And Sarah's like, what?
Well, and she calls her by her name. She's like, I know you're lying, Sarah. Your husband is dead.
Yeah. And I was like, what is happening in this movie?
She should be like, I just got remarried. Mind your own business, bitch.
Right. So Sarah threatens to call the police, and she goes back towards the back of the house, and then the stranger's in the back door, and I was like, oh, this bitch is Ghostface, because she was quick.
She was so quick.
And
this is when she grabs a cigarette and starts smoking.
Yeah.
And you see her face. My thing is that Sarah starts taking pictures of her and she's not moving. That's where I'd be like, oh shit.
you know,
I'm
when,
scared.
when the cigarette lit up her face, I thought it was the nurse from earlier.
Oh.
I was like, is that the nurse again?
Chris said that too. He was like, it's the nurse. And I was like, no, the features are different. Like the eyes are different.
Yeah.
The nurse had lighter eyes.
And also the blonde hair. Because she has like, super dark hair.
That's
so
true. It's just a quick glance. I was like, this bitch came back because she just called her a twat.
I don't know why you all thought that. I didn't think that, but maybe that's because I read the cast list before.
You're scrolling IMDb.
Well, I went in it blinded. So, but I do love that this is the third movie we do in a month and a half where people use fucking cameras to flash at dark things.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's the third movie.
Saw,
Host, and now this.
It's Host is so good, but it's turning into like a bit of a trope where you're like,
Yeah.
I get it, like because it's dark, quick little bursts of you see something, but yeah.
But my thing was that she's taking the pictures and she is not even moving. She's kind of like, I don't give a fuck. Keep taking pictures, and I would be terrified.
Well,
because I'm like, oh shit, she don't care that I'm taking pictures of her.
She punches the glass.
She's not like, let me see it. She's not like, wait, can I see it? Delete this one. This one. This one's okay.
She smiles for everyone. She's like,
She throws in the duck face and the
right. She pushes her boobs together. She's like,
She's like, wait, this is my good side. This is my good side.
She goes, get my gap.
Bitch.
Get my gap.
Tag me.
Oh, Lord.
Carlos is gonna die now.
Sorry.
Tag me at I want a baby, bitch.
Yeah, right.
Twitter handle La Femme.
La Femme.
Underscore. Because I'm sure La Femme was taken.
That's true. But she calls the police. She lets the police know what's going on. And then Sarah then goes into her photograph room and she kind of processes the pictures.
Which I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't keep my eyes off her.
Yeah, I would have called Louise because I told her it's her mom.
Thank you. Or Jean Pierre.
Yeah, well, she does, but she doesn't say much.
She calls him to.
They make really weird choices in this film where I was like, say what now? What?
Because
okay.
Well, when she processes the photo, she noticed that she was at the park too.
Yeah.
Behind the bush, and I was like, okay, Bagul.
I know, right?
Ass in the
Straight up
pictures. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, photobombing everything.
She's in the back, like,
right? she's all pointing to her stomach, crying, making faces
with the scissors, like,
with the scissors.
I'm gonna get you.
I can see like a scary movie sketch. I'm here to pick up my baby.
For real.
But then the police show up to get a statement, and I like that the police officer, the woman, she kind of is like, "Oh, is there a dad that's afraid to be here or something?" And I'm like, "Bitch, you don't know her situation. Stop with the fucking shade."
Also, here's the other thing. Like, why can't he be at work at night? Like,
right?
Yeah,
or like traveling. Like, come on,
my man got two jobs.
Yeah, Sarah with this whole movie, she was like,
"Shut the fuck up, bitch,"
because you don't know my situation.
But like she also but it was kind of funny. Like all the police officers are really incompetent in this film.
When are they not in a horror movie?
Yeah.
Okay, they made one good move, and I was like, "Whoa, smart cops in a movie,
Nah.
But then they fuck it up throughout the whole rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Which
right?
I do have a question, but when we get there, we get there.
Okay.
About one choice that they made in this movie that literally threw me off.
Okay.
We'll get there.
She shows them the pictures. They can't really do much with the pictures, kind of dark. So then they decide they're like, oh, we're gonna have someone come and check on you later, pretty much, and that's pretty much it. And then Sarah falls asleep watching the news, and this fucking got me.
Oh,
This got me because I was just paying attention to Sarah, and then as the camera's panning out, you see that the woman's right behind her, backing up, and I was like,
barely see her.
yeah, I was like, this bitch is Michael Myers. And how the
reminded me
fuck
of
did she get in the house?
The Strangers, when they're like talking or whatever, he's just in the background. Like that was very The Strangers vibe.
And she just, the way she backed up slowly, and you just see the face, and no, ma'am.
It's fucking terrifying. The thought of someone being in your house, like home invasion movies, really, really, really scare me. Like The Strangers, Funny Games. It's like, oof.
Yeah, imagine waking up and there's a stranger in your house watching you sleep. Ugh.
I mean,
At my mom, like in high school, my mom's house, there's like these like. There's all these like different patio doors, but like there was these French doors that were in the family room, and I remember being like there late at night and just always being like, how fucking terrifying would it be if someone just like walked into view of like these French doors that went onto our back patio?
That happened when I was 9 years old. I was watching TV and some dude jumps the fence and comes right up to and stares right at me. And
was he hot?
No, he was terrifying. I don't know who the fuck it was. He literally jumped the fence, ran right to the window, and just stared at me. And I was like,
hell no.
And then I just see him run the other way.
That's when you're like,
backyard.
Daddy, chill.
Pablo, you need to write a book about your life because like there are stories that come up like every episode on our podcast that I'm just like, what the fuck?
Well, okay. I love
it so much.
I had a fear of like just looking outside the window and someone's just staring at me, like staring back at me.
Yeah, I hate that.
And
That's scary.
one time I was I had an apartment with somebody, and I'm just washing my dishes, and there's a window right on top of the sink, and I look up and that person's just staring at me, and I literally just grabbed the closest thing next to me and was like, what are you gonna do? Because I couldn't tell. My fear took over, and I just couldn't tell who it was looking at me, and it was fucking horrifying, and I did not
terrifying.
like it.
That's why I have 2 big dogs.
Oh,
Yep.
And you live with a straight guy.
Yep.
He takes care of you.
And the other gay guy, he's crazy.
Okay, perfect.
we'll take care of you.
So she goes to bed, and then the woman's watching over her, and then she goes to the nursery and starts smelling the clothes, and I was like, okay, lady, you really weird.
She got problems.
Yeah, but then she goes to the bathroom. She grabs rubbing alcohol, right?
Yes.
Okay.
She
I was like, what did she grab?
She's sterilizing.
She's
the weapon.
sterilizing the scissors. Okay, so she picks the scissors.
Yeah.
Which I thought scissors were very interesting as a choice, because scissors are like, how do I say this so it makes sense? It's 2 blades that are always together as one, so it's like there's a bond. So I thought of mother and baby as the scissors. Does that make
I thought
sense?
of lesbian sex.
Okay.
I knew that was coming. I was like, I'll let Pablo take this joke because I know that's exactly where he's going.
I was like, oh, she's trying to literally scissor this pregnant chick. Like, what?
I mean, she kind of gets close later in the movie.
Yeah,
That's true,
sure.
but she gets her bit live on. Anyway, so she's in Sarah's room where she reveals her stomach, and then she stabs her belly, and I was like, oh my god. And
it's like, don't you want the baby?
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so the struggle begins. She cuts her lip right away, and I was like, God damn. And
Don't wake up.
as
Stay asleep.
but my thing is, as she's struggling, the baby's like doing the same thing, and I'm like, what is this movie? Is the baby also part of this? Like,
I thought the baby was raving. Like,
Let's go.
what it looked like. She's like, put on some Pitbull.
I was like,
The baby's like, yes, this mom's gonna suck. Maybe have another shot.
I
Like,
know,
get me
right?
out of here. Get me out of here.
the CGI baby's like, oh no, ma'am, no.
Oh no, ma'am. Yeah. That's CGI, baby.
But she hits her with a lamp. She manages to get away and hide in the bathroom. And then the woman...
she's throwing the scissors, too. She's like, bitch,
she throws the scissors.
Damn.
Sarah's water breaks here in the bathroom, which I was like, oh my God, she's just going to give birth right now. And she doesn't. I was like, wow, labor is really hard. It must suck to be a woman.
Yeah. I mean, it's rough when someone's trying to kill you as well.
But when she exposes her belly button, and you just see the blood coming out of it, is very unnerving.
Yeah.
Because I hate belly button stuff.
Wait, are you telling me you don't put your finger in your fiance's belly button, pull it out, and smell it like most people?
No,
not at all.
No,
You gotta try it. You're not living.
Carlos, you want me to try it real quick?
No.
It's literally nature's poppers.
But just spit on the finger first.
Jesus Christ.
What is it? If you keep it more than 5 seconds, you're having sex.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well,
this is a wet William, not a wet Willie. This is a wet William. That's what they call it in the olden days.
It's a wet Guillermo.
Yeah.
ooh, Guillermo.
That's awesome.
But Sarah does hit her really hard with the lamp, so she goes to get an ice pack, and this is when Gene, her boss, shows up, and he thinks that the woman is her mother.
His name is Jean. It's Jean.
It's like John. It's pronounced like John.
Sorry, I'm so American of me.
No, you're fine.
Jean.
I took French in high school, so like, I don't.
Yeah, get your shit straight, Carlos.
In French class, did you get a French name?
Yes,
I did
Which
too.
is Paul, right?
it was because Paul was already a French name. They were like, okay, Pierre. Like, but it was dumb. I loved my French teacher. Everyone thought she was a bitch. She was like from the South, and I
loved mine too.
because I had a different one for like sophomore year on, and she was from the South. And my first day, because I grew up saying yes ma'am, yes sir, and it was just always habit. I said it to her the first day. I was fucking in there the rest of the time. Everyone hated. She
loved you.
She gave me free extensions like that. She's like, don't tell other people that are in the musicals, because of course, again, there was a large population of theater kids that were in French.
Oh yeah.
But she's like, don't tell anyone, because otherwise, then I'll give you an F. But I know you're the lead and it's the wood, so I'm going to give you some more time. And I was like, all right,
nice.
So I was in there. So say yes, ma'am, to every Southern woman ever.
I always say yes. I think it's because we're from the South.
I only say it in bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, my French name was Charles.
Charles?
They call me Charles in class. Yeah.
Nice. Cute.
That's what I call my dog now. His name is Charlie. But so they decide to have a drink. He's gonna leave, but she tells him to stay.
He's trying to fuck.
But
He's
I was like,
she's kind of hot.
why did she just let him go?
Because she's not the best decision maker.
She's
I
not.
will say.
Who? But because
Sarah.
She tells him to stay, and they start having a drink, and he notices the pictures that she called him for earlier. And then he looks at her, and then this is when Luis walks in, and I'm like, oh shit, this reunion just got fucking weird.
Yeah, John was like, bitch, who the fuck are you?
That's when we find out she's her mom, and we're like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, Luis.
Whoa. We find out when she stabs her in the neck, and she's like, Mom? I was like, oh, now she's your mother.
Yeah, now you recognize her? Okay.
She's like, oh shit. She's like, wait, I didn't double check the insurance policy and sure I'm the beneficiary.
That got me.
Yeah, I was gonna say
she's just squirting blood. Like Mama's a squirter, and she's just squirting everywhere.
She was.
It was really good.
It was
really fucking got me. Mm-hmm. But my thing is that she at no moment she was like, hey Sarah, where are you?
That's my thing. I'm like,
that's what I'm telling. That's
fucking
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, and Sarah the whole entire time she hears Jean-Pierre there, and she's just like at the door.
Okay, she's also been fucking mutilated already, so maybe she's not like.
I get it, but
scream.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're strong enough to take a sewing needle through your mom's neck, but you don't. But you're too traumatized to go help.
I'm kidding.
Okay. But then Jean, he gets it really
You
bad.
don't gotta say it like that.
Jean. He gets he gets stabbed through the back of the knee, and I was like, oh, Jesus.
And then he gets it in the nuts.
Yup. And that's when I was like, ooh, well, he can't fuck no more.
So, like, he's circumcised now.
Yeah, he's like, he ain't having no more. I was like, girl, what? You could have fucked him and gotten pregnant again.
Right.
That's true.
Could have been twins.
He was close. He wanted it. He was.
She was such a bitch too. He was like, I'm sorry that the accident was a lot for you. And she's like, get away from me.
Yep.
Hey, let's have another drink. Don't touch me. Let's have another drink. I was like, what?
She's playing hard to get. That's
Like real hard to get.
But
that tease.
I real quick, Chris and I
ahead.
were like, why is she dressed like she's going to the Renaissance fair?
Oh yeah.
I don't know why it reminded me of like a black wedding dress or I don't know. She looked like a witch to me, to be honest.
She looked like an extra in Shakespeare in Love. I had to take it back to Scary Movie.
Yes. Well, this movie was some scary shit. I'll tell you that much.
Yes.
I am scared.
The dress did remind me of like she was like a mistress of death. Like she's like death herself.
Oh yeah.
As a woman, I can see that.
And knowing what happened later, it makes sense why she's wearing a corset because of the accident. But yeah.
But she takes it off when she puts the ice pack on her head. That's when she takes it off. The corset. Yeah. She rips it off. Yeah.
The reveal. I was all about her Luke.
Oh no! The whole entire time I don't. You guys are probably way too young for this, but I was like, "Is this Natalie Merchant?" Do you guys remember? You guys are not like lesbians in the '90s. You guys don't know Natalie Merchant.
You guys never went to Lilith Fair.
Yeah, you guys didn't go to Lilith Fair. I'm just saying.
I was born in the '90s.
Yeah, we're not. We're the '90s babies. We were born in the '90s,
middle '90s.
Yeah,
I just missed the cusp.
Yeah.
Sorry. But in other news, she stabs him in the face a couple times.
Oh fuck, yeah.
Yeah, and then
with the pillow on top of it.
Well, no, before she does that, she does it at the stairs, takes him downstairs. Sarah tries to go get her phone, and she's like, "Oh shit, my phone is gone." And then they have this race towards the bathroom, and this is when she stabs the woman in the arm, and I was like, "Yeah, get that bitch."
Yeah. At least she was fighting back.
That's what I did like.
She was running away.
Mm-hmm.
That's what doesn't make any sense. I was like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm like, okay, so yeah, you took a bunch of meds before you went to sleep, so maybe you're drowsy, but you have this energy to fight back and to stab and to kill your mom and to do all this stuff. Like, what's going on here?
Doesn't she throw up the medication?
She does throw it up later, but I will say, so my grandmother, she told me a story once about my mom when she was pregnant, and
where a woman broke into the house and tried to take the baby.
So I don't know how far along pregnant she was with me. I don't know the truth to the story. I've never asked my mom, but apparently when she was pregnant with me, my uncle got into a motorcycle accident and he lost his leg during that accident. That part is true, and his girlfriend at the time had left him, and I guess she showed up at the hospital now feeling bad, and my mom was not the one, so my mom showed up at the hospital and apparently whooped her ass while she was pregnant with me.
Damn.
So Sarah could have fought back is my point of the story.
And she does fight back in good ways, but I'm like, I'm not understanding what you're trying to tell me, because she hears all this stuff. She's too weak to scream, but she's strong enough to fight back. Did they hit her vocal cords? But at some points, she screams. Like, it's like weird decisions. I get that the decisions are to keep the story going.
Yeah.
But it just kind of it's the only thing that I find kind of weak is this whole part of the film.
Yeah.
Well, but what about the whole thing about, like, you hear about, like, a mom that gets enough strength to be able to lift a car, like, off of her child, kind of that, like, maternal, that adrenaline, that, like, that super strength. So maybe it's that. Maybe that's kind of what's keeping her going.
Like a second wind, or
so then she gets constant hits of adrenaline and then crashes constantly. Like, she doesn't, like, throw this woman out the window. She doesn't get car lifting type of adrenaline. She gets, like, I'm hurt, but I can fight. energy.
Yeah.
Like,
But
that's two different things.
so, and here's the thing too. It's not like the woman's trying to kill her and the baby. The woman needs the baby alive. So she's gonna do everything in her power not to kill that baby while she's trying to kill Sarah. So Sarah could have probably like fucked her up because she's also trying to be careful with the baby. Oh, she does. They both leave this movie. I mean, one alive, one not, but they both leave this movie very fucked up. She then manages. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I just quickly what I was gonna say. Just thinking about like all these attacks and everything. What this movie is very creative with is I see people get stabbed in places I've never seen.
Yes.
Like the back of the kneecap and everything. So like the kills are fairly creative.
The stabs in this movie are like I never want to get stabbed there.
Well, it's like it gives you a visceral reaction because you don't see him. You don't see it.
Where do you want to get stabbed?
Yeah.
No, I mean nowhere, obviously, but listen.
Who's stabbing you? Just kidding.
I mean,
He got a list.
OnlyFans coming soon. No, but then when she does end up killing the boss officially, then after the whole kneading thing, the arm, she kills the cat, which I canceled her for that.
And then this is where she's like, "Come
too
on,
hard.
Sarah, get out."
Yeah.
My cat growing up was an all black cat, and I was just like Piper.
Yeah.
But it was sad, and for a second I was like, oh, are we gonna see like a maternal instinct? She's letting, and the cat's purring the whole time.
Yes.
And I just like close your ears. Shh, it's my cat. And she snaps its neck. I was just like, fuck you.
I mean, I think it goes to her character and her intent. She's not there for anything other than to destroy Sarah's life. This is revenge, and two, take what she feels that she deserves. She's not like doing all this to raise a cat.
Yeah. Even though I wish the cat would have been the cat from Scary Movie 2 and would have fucked her up too. But
damn,
we didn't get that.
Right? I wish the cat was Salem from the Sabrina the Teenage Witch from the 90s. Yeah. And it's like, you better get out of here.
She has an attitude.
I literally just watched one of those Miss Mojo videos, like the countdowns of like 10 most. It was like 10,
I love those.
10 times Salem I was from Sabrina the Teenage Witch was like
awesome.
His best like quips and everything. He was good. He was a little queen.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like he read people for filth all the time.
For real.
I used to watch that show.
Yeah.
So then Sarah's kind of having like I think this is when she spits out the pills and she's kind of having like a breakdown in the bathroom, and she breaks the mirror and she's pretty much like, bring it on, bitch.
And I do love that
Come
when
in the bathroom.
when she grabs a chart, like her hands start bleeding.
Yep.
And it's like she is giving it its all, and she's just sitting there, which I do like that she isolates herself in the bathroom, which kind of is reminiscent to what we were talking about, that she self-isolates and keeps everyone away. Her mom ends up being a casualty of that self-isolation, and I think it's a pretty creative way of bringing that back as well.
She tells Sarah, like, you don't want that child, open the door, because she makes like a peephole, a little glory hole in the door, and
Glory hole.
She does. She
It's
makes
really
a glory
tall.
hole.
yeah, and then this is when the officers show up, the 3 officers and the kid that they arrested because of the riots, to check on her, and she washes her face, she cleans herself up, and she pretends to be Sarah, but these police officers are like, we ain't stupid. And she also locks Sarah in with a shelf, which I was like, wow, that shelf is conveniently like perfect size.
It's like perfectly the perfect
right? Where did they go shopping? IKEA for victims? Like, let's figure this house out.
But I do like that the cops, that's a smart move that I thought they made, was that they were like, something's not right. Let me go back.
Well, one of them looks up, and I'm pretty sure he saw the blood on the stairs.
Oh,
because one of them looks up, but we don't know what he sees.
Yeah.
And then they leave, and he's like, hold on.
She ain't pregnant.
The smell of the pennies that would be surrounded the house.
There was a lot of blood already.
There was so much blood, I feel like you could just smell it.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
So, as she tries to escape the bathroom, this is when she stabs her hand through the fucking wall, and I was like, oh, hand stuff.
That fucking hurt. That fucking hurt me. And she's just pinned to the fucking wall. Like, she can't do anything.
And then,
how is she not bled to death at this point?
Thank you.
Good question.
Thank you.
That's
well, I guess there wouldn't be a movie. There wouldn't be a movie.
True.
Yeah. But the police.
I remember one time I popped a pimple and I bled everywhere, and like, I'm still alive.
Yeah.
So I know what she's going through.
I'm sorry.
I love that. for you.
Thank you.
You're a survivor.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be like, you know what? Pregnant women that have been attacked. I had a pimple once.
Yeah.
Don't cry to me.
One time I was taking a shit
kidding.
and it hurt. So that's just the same thing she was going through.
And
You know what? Me and you. Me and you. Pimples and big turds. We get it. I could have fought someone with a pimple. Why can't you?
Anyway, so
you guys are nasty. You guys are vulgar.
Thank you.
Never make it.
So the police come back and they notice that one notices Sarah upstairs that he's like, arrest her. And as he's trying to arrest her, I don't know why he didn't have her other hand already prepared. This bitch stabs him right in the fucking, where did she stab him? The eye? Oh yeah, in the eye with the knitting needle. And kills him, goes upstairs and then shoots the other one in the fucking head. I will say that headshot, cool as fuck.
Oh,
loved it.
Yeah, that was cool. They're so slow. These are the slowest police officers. I'm like, what is he like? You know how you watch little kids and they're like tie their shoes, they're like, I do the loop and then the bunny, like, is that how he was trying to fucking put handcuffs on her?
It seemed like it.
The cop's like, this little piggy goes over here. And this
Exactly.
piggy goes over here.
And I was like, you're gonna arrest her with one hand?
Anyways, cops
not
in
the
horror
best.
movies are never the best thing.
Yeah, I do like the headshot kill because it's like a mixture of practical with like CGI because you see his eyes still open up, like reacting to the gunshot. And I thought it was very creative that way.
Yeah.
There is a third officer that comes into the house when he hears the gunshots.
Is it the third one? The one that comes in with the prisoner?
Yes.
That they're like, hey, come on, tag along. Like, I don't really believe that they also would, first of all, would have stopped there with the guy who's a little bitch. But he's just like, the whole time he's thinking, I should not have committed whatever small crime.
He's
I just
innocent.
committed. Like, I fucked up.
Oh my God, right?
Poor guy.
And like,
So-
here's the other thing. Do all police officers in France just wear like Abercrombie and Fitch while they're on duty?
They're all plain clothes. They're all plain clothes.
But so when I was reading about the riots, I was reading that a lot of the poor people in France and the ones that lived in what they call projects or whatever would be afraid of cops because they would just get questioned for no reason. And I felt like this kid was just a victim of that. Like he was innocent and they brought him in for no reason at all. So I felt bad for this kid. This kid had nothing. He could have left him in the car, child lock his ass in there.
No, honestly, you hear your two other partners die.
I mean,
you're free to go. Just go.
Yeah, I gotta deal with
for sure. I'm like, oh, you heard a bunch of gunshots. You know there's something bad going on here.
Yeah.
And you're going to bring in some 16-year-old kid because he was at a protest.
Fucking leashed to you,
like,
too.
I feel like the scary movie equivalent to this, like, come on, piggyback right. He like piggybacks right him.
Yes, 100%.
I will say I did think that last cop, the one with the like handcuff prisoner, I thought he was pretty cute.
He is. You know who he reminds me of? The actor. Okay, he was the douchebag date in Fresh right at the beginning.
Oh, Chad.
Oh, Chad. Yeah. Chad.
He those actors look a lot alike to me.
Okay, there was something in this movie with him that I didn't understand, and when we get there, I will ask questions because
You know who he reminded me of? The guy from like the love interest couple from what is that zombie movie with James Gunn and Zack Snyder? I forgot the fucking movie.
Zombie movie.
Yeah, our first episode.
Oh, Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead, the main guy that falls in love with the main girl. It kind of reminded me of him.
Yes.
I forgot his.
I have the face in my head.
Oh yeah,
but
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I can see that. Wow, Paul, what's going on? Is there a protest going on outside your?
Bitch, there might be.
Be careful. There might be someone standing at the window trying to get you.
You're not pregnant, Paul, are you?
Who's that woman behind you, Paul?
No, I don't live in Texas, so I got rid of it.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm a gay man. I keep trying to get pregnant, but it doesn't happen for some reason.
Good.
Different outcome.
Dump it all in you.
That's the worst when it's just like, never mind.
Nope. Yeah.
When you're in the Uber home and you're like, ooh, I'm having a miscarriage right now.
Yeah,
That's me.
You're like, am I gonna fart or miscarry?
Well, no, I'm like, oh, I wish I had a change of underwear right now because I can. God, God did not want me to keep this one.
You fart and you go, no, Paul Jr.
So the third officer comes in with the prisoner, and he finds Sarah in the bathroom. He bandages her hands. The lights go. The power goes out. He's telling the kid to. The kid is coughing up a storm because he's seeing dead bodies for the first time in his life.
He's like, "What the fuck is happening here?"
And then
he's like, "I ran a fucking stop sign."
Now I'm traumatized for life.
Yeah.
Then as they head out to go downstairs, Sarah's like, "I'm gonna go take a nap. I'm tired."
Yeah, that didn't make sense. I was like,
me neither. I was like, "What is?"
There's a car outside. There's a psycho woman in here, and you're literally doing everything again as slow as fucking possible.
Right. And he's like, "I'm gonna call an ambulance and the police," and he doesn't do that at first. He goes to fix the fucking lights, and I'm like, "Dude, what are you doing?"
It's good to know he's like, oh, I moonlight, I TaskRabbit as
an electrician. Yeah.
Do you guys have TaskRabbit in Florida?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Oh, it's like a service where you can be like, I need someone to come and build
Like a handyman.
I've heard of it.
Yeah,
I've heard of it. Okay.
Yeah. Or like go pick something up for me at like Trader Joe's.
Oh, gotcha. Oh,
it's like having your own little prison. Like, hey, baby.
I know, right?
I'm home alone.
I'm home alone.
Dumb.
Yeah, you should be like, I'm home alone. I need someone to wipe my butt.
And like, being like, I just need to be held right now.
Oh,
$20 an hour? Fuck that.
I've always had that question. It's like, what if I go to like a prostitute? I'm like, I just need someone to like
sex worker.
No, a sex worker. Sorry. A sex worker and was like, hey, I just want to like watch a movie with somebody. Will you just join? There's nothing sexual happening.
Well, I mean, then they're no longer sex workers. They're escorts.
Oh.
And you're paying $1,000 to watch a movie or something. Mm-hmm. I have a lot of friends that do sex work, and they tell me like sometimes I just show up and the person makes me a meal and they just want to talk to me about their like dead spouse or like a problem and like just someone to listen, and then they leave.
Love that.
Holy shit! I don't know.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool.
Love that.
I met a couple of high-end escorts slash sex workers one night when I was out with this guy that I was seeing. And they were like, they both had MBAs, like they were amazing. We were hanging out with them at one bar, and then we went to another one, and then it was actually these high-end escorts that like one of them was like, I sense like this isn't going anywhere with you and that guy, and I broke up with him in the bar that night.
Oh shit!
Thank you. And it was inevitable, and I was like,
plot twist.
Is that the next Pablo?
Was plot twist. Wouldn't it be weird if he told you that so you can break it off with him so he could come in and start dating that guy?
These were female sex workers.
Oh.
Well, you look so disappointed.
No, because okay, so totally off topic. I knew these guys, and they were on like a second date. Mm-hmm. And well, I knew one guy. They were on the second date, and they met up with one of the friends, and the friend was really interested in one of the guys that they were on a date with. So what does this dude do? He pays attention to the one that he's not interested, gets him really drunk, flirts with him, gets him so drunk, gets him in a cab, sends him home. The rest of the night, he's with the one that he actually wants and sleeps with him.
Oh shit!
So conniving.
That's a
men.
You know this, and you know who this reminds me of?
Who?
La Femme from this movie. Going back,
I can see her doing that. Honestly.
Whoa!
I needed to transition back in here.
It's a segue.
Yeah.
That was a forced segue because I don't get the connection at all. But I digress.
But so the woman kills the officer and the kid because she's like Michael Myers through the house in the dark, and then she manages to kill him. She stabs the one kid through the head with the scissors, and I don't know why I was just like, when he falls over and dies, I was like, fuck Bruce Willis, because it reminded me of Scream 4 when the guy got stabbed in the head and he's still like fighting for his life. Forgot his name.
Yeah,
one of the officers.
Wait, Bruce Willis? Where did
you remember Scream 4? when one of the officers gets stabbed right in the head, through the middle of the head with the knife, and he gets out of the car and he's swinging, and then I don't know why this is his line, but his line is "fuck Bruce Willis."
I mean, I guess. I mean, but it's the same kid.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I'm just like, whoa.
No, I know. Yeah. It's a really weird reference. I'm sorry. It's just that's what I thought of.
But then they also bring like a gun that's like, it looks like a fucking cannon. It's like a beanball, right?
No, yeah. So what those are? So those are the non-lethal guns that are little like beanbag pellets. So I have family in law enforcement, so I've seen those before. So those are kind of the non-lethal one. That's why he lives, but that would be painful. As shit.
I thought
because it was close range. It was right at.
That's why his eyes are like all bloody when you see it
later on.
I thought he was a zombie. I was like, what is this zombie in this movie now?
And
At first, I thought so too.
And that's why he's swinging, because he doesn't know who's who, and that's why he's swinging and he hits the woman in the stomach because he can't see who.
Okay, this movie goes back up a star because I docked it a star because I was like, what does this zombie thing have to do with this?
He does sound like a zombie though.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, he does sound like a zombie.
Yeah.
But then the woman goes back upstairs to find Sarah in bed. They have a very sensual moment here. But then Sarah decides to bite her lip off, which I was like, good for you. She freshed it. But instead of a penis, it was her lips.
Exactly.
She was
Have you ever thought like how easy is it to like bite like appendages on like people like off? You see it happen so many times in horror movies.
Well,
and I've always been like,
I hear that
I'm asking for a friend.
I hear that dicks are very chewy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We listened to like a story.
Okay, Carlos, I'm gonna call you out. I don't think that you even heard that dicks are very chewy. I'm gonna say you were the scientist. You're the one to make that experiment.
Yeah, we listened to like a story of like this guy that kind of put in an ad being like, who wants me to like mutilate them and kill them? And they ended up like buying a bunch of pain meds, and pretty much this guy just took them, consented to being murdered, and then like he got his dick completely chewed off, and it was really difficult to do.
And then they cooked it, and then they try to eat it.
There's a movie there. Carrie Russell, aka Felicity. Carrie Russell made a movie about this. So that's the Armin Mavis story that happened in Germany. It's wild. It's a wild story.
Yes, it was. It's that one. Yep.
And initially they weren't going to get him for murder because they were like, well, the guy consented. It was like what the guy wanted also. And according to German law, like, you know, if the person like until they found that Armin was still posting in those chats that he wanted more victims for it. And they were like, oh no, he's a threat. But there's a horror film called Grim Love, Grimm, I believe, it's like Grim Love, and then it's also like The Butterfly Effect Love. Like it's something weird like that. And it's about a grad student going into this dude's house and trying to piece together the events. It's a really harrowing film to watch, but I highly recommend it.
Okay.
But this is stuff that happens in real life. Like there are a lot of true crime podcasts, but there are message boards where people actually are like, this really happens in real life.
Yeah. It's sad, but I mean, it is out there.
Isn't that what Armie Hammer was doing? Isn't that what Armie Hammer? He was like,
he was saying he wanted to do that. I think
it's like, I'm on here, destroy me.
I know. He never responded to my DMs.
Last time I ever say murder my bussy on Grindr.
I mean,
I'm just kidding. I've never said that.
No. But yeah, she shoots that motherfucker in the side of the head. And
and
she bites her lip. Is it lip or tongue? I couldn't tell.
I think it was her lip.
I think so.
Yeah. So Sarah runs downstairs and for some reason can't get out of the house. So they have a struggle and they end up in the kitchen. And then Sarah tries to like threatens her like, I'm gonna stab my stomach if you like get any closer. And the woman just toasts her to the face.
Because I don't.
Yep.
Takes that toaster and just whoop-a-tow right across the face.
It's very comedically timed.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I think it's just shot so comedically. Like, she got no reaction time at all. She could have ducked or at least like, oh shit, like maybe put my hand. She doesn't.
But the woman starts smoking and Sarah's
hey,
like,
bitch, what's up, bitch? Suck my dick, bitch.
And burns her face off.
Exactly.
So she burns her face, and I will say the burning of the face was a little funny, but it was cool as fuck.
It was definitely CGI.
Yeah. The way she's screaming like, ah!
It's a little goofy, but like I think it
effective.
didn't take me out of it.
Yeah, no,
like,
effective. So Sarah then's choking on her blood, and then she like, what is that called?
Tracheotomy.
Yeah.
Which that's also where I'm like, okay, like what the fuck?
Right.
Like,
See?
how do you know how to do that?
But then she duct tapes it.
So I think from this point on, I think the movie really kind of sells it for me, where I'm like, this is good. Like, I like a movie where the person makes the right decisions and it's still hopeless. Like, they can't do it. But everything, I was like, why the fuck? There's a door open right there. There's a car outside. There's all these things. And you go to bed.
Right.
Or you go back upstairs. You keep doing all this shit. Like, come on. And now she's making right decisions.
Right. I do like the duct tape because it reminded me of From Dusk Till Dawn. When the guy duct tapes a hand.
Yeah, he does tape his hand.
Oh, yeah.
I do like the look of her. Like, I always admire like the final girl. They always have like a final outfit, like Ready or Not.
Because she turns into a bad bitch after this.
yeah.
I was like,
She
okay,
does.
Sarah.
But I do like because it like Ready or Not, like she has the wedding dress, but she has like the weapon, all the
So
ammo
fucking
and everything.
badass.
But she has
I
like
love that movie.
Yeah, it's a fantastic movie. But I do love that this one, like the dress is covered in, her gown is covered in blood. Like she has a jacket on, she has a tape, and I feel like that's such a cool look to her. And she
makes a spear too.
She makes
I don't
a
know what,
spear.
a knife and something else.
I think it's like a curtain.
Oh,
like
that
a
could
curtain
be
thing.
it. And then she grabs her other signature weapon, her camera, and she's just photography. She's like, "Where are you, bitch?
Yeah.
Come for me."
And I do like that it highlights the scene, and it reminded me of like a crime scene.
So
You on
good.
candid camera now. You on kid.
I caught you.
You ain't know that.
I want to see this in Scary Movie, but instead she has like a dumb, ugly filter on, and then the girl comes out and she's like big Kardashian lips and big this and makeup, and she's like, "I'm gonna give me that baby,"
and throwing up the rainbow.
Yes, it's like a cat. It's like a cat face with the little paws.
That's so funny. That'd be so great.
But this is where we do get the backstory when she finds her that she was the other person involved in the accident. She was also pregnant and she lost her child.
Yeah, because she tells you can't kill me twice.
It was her voice that was saying like, "You're finally inside
and I
me,
thought it
you're
was
protected."
Matthews. And I thought it was Matthews when the movie started. I was like, "Oh, is that her husband talking?" But then we get the zombie officer that I now know is not a zombie. This is the one part I was like, what the fuck is happening now? But now that you explained it,
This is the part where you're like, what the fuck is happening right now?
because I was like, why did this turn into Dawn of the Dead all of a sudden?
I love that she kills all these people, and he's like, I canceled her once she killed the cat, which I get, but like that's when you cancel this person. And then, this guy, and she's like, now the movie's unbelievable.
Yeah. But I will say, when he starts beating Sarah, I was like, can someone murder him already, finish him off? And then the woman doesn't. I'm like, I do like you right now. But just for now.
You still killed the cat.
Yeah, you still.
Yeah.
You're on the fence.
Looking like Freddy Krueger right now.
Looking like Freddy Krueger.
So then Sarah, again, tries to go up the stairs for some reason. Crawling up the stairs, but now she's really, really in labor. And the woman goes up to her, and this is when she like reveals her stomach and she starts cutting her open. And when this started happening, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I started coughing. I was like, oh my God.
And the way the blood is just like water falling down the stairs.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, but horrific.
Yeah, because it's like a painting. It almost looks like a painting where it's like it's all looks gorgeous, to be honest. Like it's fucked up, it's gruesome, but like it makes it look pretty in a way.
Yes,
so.
but the best shot of the movie, I would have to say, is when the woman finally takes the baby and she sits in the rocking chair and it's just red lighting.
Yeah,
it's so creepy.
It's so sinister.
But so good. And then we get Sarah with open stomach, looking like an alien bursted out of her stomach on the staircase. And it was that when I saw that, I was like, oh God, that's horrible.
And that's one thing that I do appreciate about this movie. It's the fucked up ending.
Yeah, because I feel like there's an American remake, and I haven't seen it, and I'm pretty sure it's nothing like this.
I've heard it's like not good.
Yeah, I've heard it's not good either.
The trailer kind of made it look a little good. I was like,
America,
okay.
they always make the trailer look really fucking good.
The car accident at the beginning is so fucking extra.
Yes. But I do love that this movie is not afraid to show us stuff that people would fear, and because I feel like if this movie would have came out here, a lot of this would have been censored, and like we can't show that, or
especially the like very brutal fight scene where she's beating the shit and kicking a pregnant woman in the face over and over again. Yes. I was like, this is extreme. Give me more.
Americans are very selective about what they care about.
Yeah. There's a podcast I listen to and they make a joke where you can bleep this if you want to. Where it's like all horror movies got bad after 9/11.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because I mean, it was a tragedy, and yeah, there were movies that were affected by the event, and it's a thing they said, but yeah.
What?
No, yeah,
like
9/11 is a big thing.
Well, okay, yeah, that makes total sense. I know after Columbine, the reason Scream 3
that one too
was like less gory. I knew Columbine affected horror movies, but that makes total sense. Now that you're saying this, I'm like, oh
yeah. I keep thinking of that movie Remember Me with the Robert Pattinson. That the plot twist was that he was in the 9/11 event.
Yeah, and I mean, and you laughed at me when I said it like a few weeks ago when Lilo and Stitch, there was a whole scene completely changed. You see?
It's like, whoa. Lilo and Stitch.
Okay, Marjorie Taylor Greene with your fucking conspiracy.
Sorry. No, but there was a whole scene in Lilo and Stitch that was Stitch getting chased, and it was an actual airplane going through a city in Hawaii. They completely changed it and made it a forest.
Where'd you find that out?
YouTube.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
Okay.
That's interesting.
But I can see like some sort of like imagery could be censored that way. It also reminds me The Simpsons always had like imagery of 9/11, and it's like.
Well, I don't know if you guys knew this, but in Lilo and Stitch, the mom is supposed to be the La Femme from this movie. Just kidding. She's like, I'm going to Hawaii and raising this child in Hawaii.
If you've ever seen IMDb facts on that or trivia that's just like, I don't think this makes sense. Pablo's
like in Lilo and Stitch.
And Lilo and Stitch, Stitch is the baby.
Yeah. But besides the point, I just think that we censor too many things that I feel like I get, but at the same time, it's like I feel like it's things that, you know, it's okay. I don't want to say it's okay to watch, or it's okay to watch, or I don't know what I'm going with, but I love foreign films. They are not scared to show us the true horrors of life. It's what I'm trying to get to.
No, and I agree. And it's so funny because I'm like, wait, hold on, that noise is pretty loud.
I apologize. And then there was like an ambulance going on. Pablo, I'm recording the exact same spot we record. I don't know why it's.
You have a whole apocalypse happening.
It's
over there.
busy today. Over there for you. Yeah. No, but
it's fine though.
Like we're the country with the most atrocities. And instead of like dealing with all the actual issues that create those atrocities, we just censor the movies.
Yes, that was my point.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Our prioritization makes zero sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, side note, what I will say is I did just see, this is completely off topic, but I kept laughing about it, and I was like, okay, Biden, you are actually like a human. The White House Correspondent Center, he's the first president to show up in like 6 years, and a gay person wrote his fucking jokes, because there's one part where he's like just reading people, but he's like, yeah, I hear this guy Brandon is having like a really good year from the whole like let's go Brandon.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right, okay, this is the kind of humor, like, this is not the reason I voted for you, but this is what I was hoping for
you would get, right?
But that's inside.
That's inside. All right, so like every movie, we like to do a review for that we find 1 star and a 5 star, and you know, it's something that maybe we find a little bit funny, something that we could agree with that they probably put in better words, but yeah. However, Paul, do you want to go first?
Yeah. After the fucking train goes by. So sorry, listeners. Okay, so I'm going to read this one. I'm going to read it word for word because it makes no sense. The title is, What is Wrong in France? Question mark, question mark, question mark. This ends it all. After hot tension, the hills have eyes, or Shaitan, which the quotation marks are all over this place, which were still more or less acceptable, came martyrs, total trash with misleading motives at the end of the movie. I felt I had to react against that one. Now this inside, I was so irate and disgusted that I watched the bonus just to see if the makers would justify themselves. The justification is obviously money. There is something awfully wrong with the public at large bullying and watching the thing. Of course, I cannot exclude myself, ... No, sorry, just 2 dots. I've been watching it too, and how came is IMDb score misleading the viewer? A 7? Where by God does the 7 come from? I cannot read the reviews. But it seems to be there enough negative ones, but not enough to topple the movie to 0. Is this art? Where's the 7th art going to? A other thong I would like to be able to know. What is the age of all of the fans to extreme gore? Are they making tomorrow's society? The thought alone is horror in itself. Poor France, poor us.
What did you just read? Okay.
He thought about it a little too much.
I think he took what she took before she went to bed.
And took a lot of shots. It's like,
Do you, Paul?
And
Or
then-
Pablo?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I totally get what I kind of lost it. But where is it? Oh yeah. What a waste of time. From the very beginning to the bitter end, the decisions of every person in this movie are just so ridiculous and contrary to what any actual human being would do. Cop decides to strangle a lady rather than shoot her after he plunges a knife into his face. Come on. So I only liked that one because I was like, I think it's a great film, but I do see it. Like, come on. Like, why are you always making such bad decisions? But that was it. I just found one that I was like, okay, I kind of agree with a little bit. Okay. Sorry. It's not so entertaining.
Did you have another one, Paul? Or
I have the high rating.
Okay,
the,
yeah.
like 10 star, because it was supposed to be 1 bad review and then 1 good review. By good review, it's like much more wordy, so get ready for it.
Okay.
The title is Nasty Slasher and I Love It.
Ooh.
Okay.
And then the description says, maybe don't show this movie to your pregnant wife. And then the X and then capital D smile. Smiley face. That's it.
Love it. Love it.
I just like one that says, I've never seen a female attacker be so violent or so relentless outside of Japanese cinema. And I really like that because Japanese cinema they really go fucking crazy with that. It is good.
In Audition, she was hot, but when she gets crazy, she got hotter.
Oh, I love that she made that guy eat a dog bowl of vomit.
Yup.
Oh.
Judd, what are you into?
Oh,
Like,
I got
she
stories.
got hotter.
I got stories to tell. But I don't know.
For Patreon.
For OnlyFans. For
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
For OnlyFans.
All right. So my 5-star review is, what a great advertisement by Durex. And then my 1-star review is, scariest part of this movie was the CGI fetus they kept cutting to.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It felt like a little video game at times. All right, so my 5-star review is another reason not to get pregnant. Because someone's going to come and get your ass. And then my 1-star is, and I thought the goreness would stop at the oral birth.
Oh,
At the oral birth. I love oral birth.
Yeah, no.
that got me. I was like, what?
I was like, what is happening right now? And it just gets worse from there.
It does. It just like ramps up slow. It's like
Worse
gory,
or better?
It gets
crazier,
better, but
fucking wild. What?
yeah.
But also, favorite kill, guys. What's your favorite kill for this entire movie? We got a couple. Pretty creative ones.
Yeah.
So
Who wants to go first?
who volunteers as tribute?
I'll do it. I think like the one that I actually thought was the best was the after the like cop guy turns on the lights and then he starts swinging when she just like stabs him right here and he's like, ah. I was like, fuck. I thought that was a pretty cool kill, and then I thought the Jean-Pierre through the pillow was awesome. That's why I want to kill someone.
Allegedly.
Way to pick. Pablo, I think we're supposed to pick one because you stole mine. Jean. I'm just kidding. Jean was my favorite, just because it was so brutal. And to be honest, like I work in HR, so I'm like, I don't agree with you being a good employer. You're kind of hitting on her, a little inappropriate. But I just thought it was brutal. I've never seen someone stab through like the back of the neck, or sorry, back of the neck, back of the knee, and everything. So.
Yeah, that whole scene was just uncomfortable. The entire leg and the balls and everything. Oh.
Mine would be the cop that gets his head blown just because you see the head getting blown.
It's good.
Yeah, I like that one.
I put French Sam Raimi because it reminded me of John. I don't know why John just reminded me of Sam Raimi, but just from France. But yeah, his was just super gruesome, and just the sound design as well. Like when she like presses on the knife and you hear the crunch and everything. It's so gruesome.
It's like ASMR mukbang.
And then the daddy of the movie. We got a couple of options, a couple options, I'm gonna say.
Okay, I'm gonna say Matthew and the pictures that she had in her room.
Daddy of the film. Okay.
Not his like malnutrition back.
No.
I'm gonna say the circuit breaker cop that was also, beanbag blasted and the non-zombie.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, he's another one. Yeah.
I'm gonna say La Femme.
The femme. Okay.
Yes.
She's she fucking killed like fucking a handful of cops, a bunch of people, like gave us a cesarean, lived through having her face burnt, all this shit. I was like, you're bad, but you're a bad bitch.
Yeah, she is.
She is efficient.
Yeah.
I mean, she could have just waited till the kid was born and then abducted it from the hospital, but whatever.
That's
But she's like, no, if I'm gonna do this, I'm going go big or go home.
La Femme is like,
Yeah, I'm a bad bitch. You can't kill me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have to pick Sarah. I think Sarah for me, like even like after like when she's in the hospital, like get away from me. I was like, I love her. I think that's my favorite person.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it,
pretty
right?
much
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, guys, if you guys want to plug anything, go right ahead. OnlyFans, Twitter, everything, personal, whatever you guys want. Go ahead.
Pornhub accounts, anything.
Those have all been deleted. But if you'd like to follow us, thank you. Or first off, before we say that, thank you so much for having us. Like this has been so much fun. Pablo is an amazing co-host, so it's so nice doing this with him, and it's so nice being able to have both of us like share, like especially having you guys on. It's like I'm so excited to release it on Wednesday. So like we're huge fans, and really thank you for having us. If you want to follow us, we are at Scared Gay Podcast on Instagram. Maybe we'll make a Twitter one day. OnlyFans, we actually got like banned because our content was too disgusting. So
No,
I get it.
I got banned because for harassing people for not cleaning their room.
Well,
true story.
That's
true
true.
story.
really?
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, it is a true story. I got banned from OnlyFans because I was like, I'm spending this much money and you can't pick up your dirty laundry or wipe your mirror? Come on.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden they were like, you're banned. For her. I was like, oh.
Well, I'm kind of banned from it as well.
Oh, shit.
I didn't know that.
I didn't yell at anybody to clean their mirror, but I just I shouldn't say. It was pretty much about I had some money taken and I was like, I didn't pay for that. And they're like, okay. And they're like, okay, well, you can't have an account anymore.
Oh,
so
shit. That
then
sucks.
later I was like, maybe I should have an account. And Yeah. I can't anymore.
But so we do not have an OnlyFans, but on Instagram at Scared Gay Podcast. If you want to follow me, I'm at Paul You Ever Wanted on Instagram. Pablo, how about you?
I'm at The Exorcist SF on Instagram, and that's how you can follow me.
Oh, there you go, guys.
Well, thank you guys for being here, honestly.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
We can't wait to have you back.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Likewise.
We can't wait for you guys to come back to our show. You guys are awesome. You guys are fun.
Thank you. So
we love a good daddy, and we got 2.
Yeah, 2 for 1.
that's always the best deal.
Right.
Looking for a third, or I guess this time you got a third and a fourth.
You did.
Over.
Call that an
They're all
orgy.
here. They're all here. It's a meeting of daddies.
It's a not cocaine fueled orgy, and unfortunately Madison Cawthorn. Yes, you know.
Madison Cawthorn.
All right. So join us next week because it is John's birthday.
It is my birthday.
Next week.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you.
Yes.
And we're going to watch a very special film to my heart. I always, any chance I get to make Carlos watch a Sam Raimi movie, I will.
Yes, he does.
So we're going to watch Dark Man.
Yes. And it'll be a commentary track, so you guys will be watching it with us.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so that'll be a lot of fun. So join us next week for that movie. My Cash App is going to be on my Twitter because motherfucker is struggling. But no, guys, again, go follow the Scared Gay Podcast. Please support them. They're great people. So I do, again, appreciate you guys for being here.
And beautiful.
I think it was a great episode today. So
We had so much fun. So
The best. Thank you.
well, I'm glad. I'm glad.
And remember,
Don't get pregnant, women. Don't get pregnant. That's it.
get pregnant if you want to. Defend yourself when someone comes at you.
Don't drive a car when you're pregnant because both these women were driving a car and got into an accident, and that's how the whole thing happened.
That is
okay, no, get pregnant, do whatever you want. It's your choice. If you want to drive, just do it safely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And if you don't want to get pregnant, just go rip it out of some other woman. Your choice.
You know
Fair
that
enough.
Choice.
there's like that actually happens. There's a few cases every year. But anyways, other than that, see you in your dreams. Do what you want with your body. Love you guys. Mwah.
Horror Daddies.